I was trained as a classical singer in my first life, but when I made my exam, I mostly sang musical. My classical singing is getting so much better through CVT. It was really, I was here this 1 week only because I did 1 week course in the beginning to look what is it here and how does it work for you. And then after 1 week I went home and I tried my classical stuff, and it has changed so much that I thought, okay, I don't know why, but it's much easier, it's much louder, and I can sing much higher. Why? I have to make this education. That was my initial. I was very interested in research and started teaching very early. So I changed 15 years after being on stage, the sides, and now I teach more and I get a professor at the University of Applied Science in Osnabrück. I also did an education in Estill voice training, and now I'm really the first Estill and CVT trainer in the whole world. Yes, and I do a lot of research with two big institutes in Germany. It's with the Charité in Berlin and with the Institut für Musikermedizin in Freiburg. A lot of things you see in Estill voice you can find in CVT. But there are also things who are only in CVT or only in Estill, but it's easy to combine. In the beginning I was a little bit I was irritated because there were really so many new things, and it was really a new way of thinking about singing, but it brought me back to singing. And not only that, I think it really, maybe it's a little bit pathetic, but it has changed my life.
When I was a kid, just a skinny kid, we would summer at the shore. Since I was afraid, I only would wait to waste time and nothing more. Never over my head, but choosing instead to see the bottom below. I was safe, I was sound, feet on the ground, no threat from the undertow.
When I worked before in classical singing, we very often talked about posture, where you have to bring the voice to the front, and it has to come to the mask. So, but it's very unconcrete. And I have a strong voice, and I sing with metal, with a lot of metal. And it was not easy for me to find in the high range a good setting for this metal part. And this is very easy here with CVT, and you can find it through the edge very easy, and you can sing really opera stuff, Italian stuff very easy with this metal setting.
O dolci baci, o languide carezze.
And that's very easy. I think it's a combination of three wonderful things. We have very good pedagogic in Scandinavia. It's very close to the singer and to the performer. It has no status thing in it. That's one thing of CVT. The next thing is we have a technique that works really direct, immediately, and has an immediately effect. That's the second thing. And the third thing is that you get tools to make music, to work easy with music, interpretation, rhythm, and so on. It's really, in my university, there are two worlds also. There is the world of popular music, and all the popular musicians love it. And we have now 4 CVT teachers at the university in the popular department. It's perfect. In the musical department, it's more difficult. So there are friends of CVT, and there are people who are not so familiar with this technique. And the classical singers are very interested in CVT, more than the musical singers. That's interesting, but
I was safe, I was sound, feet on the ground, no threat from the undertow. But one day this boy who was older threw me over his sunburned shoulder, and to my surprise and my shock, tossed me off of the end of the dock, and I swam.
the CVI is a wonderful place. It's above Copenhagen, has a nice spirit here, and I like it's very cozy here, and everything is practical, and you can work here in a good way, and the atmosphere is really very, very special. It's very familiar and very close. It's a very big group of very different people, and I never thought that so many people can understand each other in this good way. It's a group of very different people from very different styles of music and very different backgrounds, aged from very young to very older. We say older, and that's but we share the same spirit.